Oh, hi, this is Charlotte Pierce. I'm the president of Independent Publishers of New England and producer of our Thursday Indie Office Hours. I'm hoping that a few members can join us. I put a live link to that you can get into the green room. Actually, now it's the live room broadcast studio on Facebook. Our group, and then also need to shut that down. So if you click that link, you can just pop right in here, and you'll be on the film strip down, or the thumbnail row down below, and we're happy to have you come and share your experiences as an indie author or publisher on social media. What I'm going to do now is screen share our IPNE website. And that's our Facebook page with me starting the session. So it's like us watching us. So I might as well start from here. This is our Facebook member group. If you're watching this somewhere else, you can just go to Facebook and search for IPNE members and just join. We try and restrict it to members of current members of the group. So it's become quite a lively discussion forum. This is one of our main volunteers for the Boston Book Festival. Grace Stevens is going to give a talk after a musical downtown Boston on Sunday, and Karen Einstein and I are planning to go support her and just listen to this incredible story of her life and her exploration of her truth. Living My Truth is the name of her book. Elizabeth Lorraine is the talented artist and author of a wonderful children's book, which I actually bought even though my kids are older. She has just a terrific book called Piratess Tilly. It's about a girl pirate who has wonderful adventures. So this is just some of the stuff we post on our members page. The graphic here was designed by Crystal Ponte, who's one of our board members and ran the book awards. So this little graphic on the left is some of the award-winning books. These two up here, Breathe and Rachel's Day in the Garden, were the tied for Book of the Year. I think Young Adult, Order of Seven. Wait Until I'm Dead, literary fiction. Boston's One and The Murdered Sleep was another award winner. Boston's 100 Greatest Games was I believe the nonfiction award winner. Seacoast of New Hampshire was the award winner for sort of coffee table book type thing. We have a URL code that goes right to the web page, which features the award winner. So we've got Dee Dee on the line. Good for you, Dee Dee. And great to see you again.
Thank you. Good to be here. I was watching on my iPad, but it wasn't working that well. So
yeah, that's people have trouble with iPads. Yeah. So I will pop off here.
No, it's great to be here. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's a really great way to get to know our members and, just to kind of explain things. And I know that, I was talking with a friend this morning, and I think I kind of assume everybody knows where we are in the social media world, and that might not be the case. So I'm just trying to kind of wear away at it, and, kind of, it helps to restate things sometimes. And, I hope it's, what do you guys do? You've got Green Mountain Press, right?
Green Writers Press. Yeah.
Green Writers Press. Is there a Green Mountain Press?
No. You know, when I named it, it was seemed so perfect, but people mix it up all the time. I guess.
Sorry about that.
Someone just said, "Oh, do you run Green Fire Press?"
Do you have good coffee?
But yeah, social media works pretty well for us. You know.
Good. Yeah.
You know, but I tell authors I'm working with that don't do it unless you really enjoy it. Like don't.
Yeah.
And sometimes I find if authors hire like a marketing person to do their social media, I don't like it. Like it doesn't feel like genuine to me.
Yeah, one of our members I noticed on Twitter, and just had these kind of like generic quotes and over and over and over, and I finally said something to her. I said, you know, Ted, it sounds like a robot is generating this stuff, and
exactly.
You know, be real once in a while.
Right. I don't know what other people think too. It's like, I mean, I've been accused of shameless self-promotion, frankly.
Oh yeah, me too. And I know I do it. I don't know if it's shameless, but it's like, it's kind of like, I'm so excited about what I'm doing that I just want to share it.
You're great. Like when you talked about the Piratist book, and you know, a woman presenting in Boston, and so that, you know, I just posted this morning about we've got a big event at Phoenix Bookstore which supports the indie bookstores, and you know how exciting it is. And so my feeling is like, you know, if someone doesn't like it, then they don't have to follow me.
No, exactly. And I try and do as much promotion of other people as me, because not only does that magnify my own stuff if somebody's interested, then but it helps them as well, and you know, then we all end up helping each other, and
right.
But this is Grace.
Well, oh, hi Grace. I think it's about time I join now. You know, IPNE, we had our best month ever last month.
I'm so glad.
I know, finally. Well, I was so, like, you know, doing the whole startup thing, and I had I still have to be really careful about money, but I finally have some money in the bank, a little bit.
Oh my God. That is so awesome. I'm you know, I've been at this for years, but I'm really trying to be serious this year, because my husband said it would be a hobby if I didn't start making money.
Oh, you know, someone said to me, "Oh, is it your, what do they call it? Like, no, not hobby. My kids call it like your side something, your side."
Yeah, sideline.
Sideline, whatever. Yeah. I'm like, no, Green Writers Press is not a hobby, and it's really like what I believe in. It's like my life goal.
And I listen to your stuff out there. You know, what is Connie Hambley calls it, your footprint or something.
Yeah, nice.
In the digital world, and it's like all the stuff you post is really authentic. You know, it's like you're here with someone who, like an author, and you're looking over the book, or you know, it's like, and I tried to do that. I watch what I like in other people's social media, and you know, when my artists and authors come here, I try and take pictures, and you know, everybody's
yeah, and sharing that. I mean, my whole focus is on community, which is why, you know, IPNE and, you know, NEBA and the ABA, and I'm going to join the AAP, the Association of American Publishers, I guess, or the anyway, I'm trying to really get, and of course the AWP, I'm a member,
and so, IBPA,
and IBPA, yeah, and so that, but within Green Writers Press, we're trying to form, and well, we have already formed a community, and I think that's really important for. You know, I was reading that Valley Advocate article that Claire Benedict posted on her Facebook page. Claire is the owner of Bear Pond Books in Montpelier, Vermont.
That sounds so familiar.
Yeah, she's a very, very, you know, I would say a very well-known bookseller up north. You know, and Bear Pond is one of the busiest bookstores I've ever. One of the coolest bookstores in Vermont.
Oh, that's not it.
And in the post, I actually I've got to share that. I saved it. I want to read the article again. I skimmed it this morning. And
where did she put it? In her own?
Yeah, just on Claire Benedict on Facebook. But
yeah,
let me grab it and I'll open it up so you can see it.
You know how to screen share?
No, let me see. No.
See, I'm screen sharing now. If you see my screen.
Yeah. Okay, so I go to.
On the left, there's a row of icons. If you hover over it,
yeah.
And the second one is the screen share button.
Nice.
And then we'll put up all the screens you have available to share. And if you do the one that the Hangout is on, it'll do like a endless magnet, disappearing, vanishing point thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you like, I have three. I'll show you. I have 3 monitors. There's my laptop monitor.
Yeah. I've never. Charlotte, you have just taught me something important.
What's that?
Is that your breakfast?
Yeah, that's my breakfast.
Awesome.
I am really getting spoiled with 3 monitors. They're not terrific monitors, like for graphics, but they're, I've got the Google Plus page up on that one. I've got Pawn Books on this, and the Hangout is on that, which I don't even have to have the Hangout running if I can remember to look at the camera once in a while. But anyway, while you're finding that,
no, here it is.
You got it.
Yeah, it's called. Here, wait. Let me show this thing.
Yeah. If since I started this, I can highlight your feed. So
nice. Do You Read Me? The independent bookstore just might rise again.
Mm-hmm.
Was in the Valley Advocate, which is down near. It's in the Northampton, Mass area.
Mm-hmm.
October 26th. Looks like a great article. The thing the paragraph that I liked. American bookstores is reporting 302 more bookstores than 5 years ago.
Yeah, I have been hearing about that from Steve Fisher of
Neva.
Yeah, and I think they really reinvented themselves in a lot of ways as a community center.
Oh yeah, it's so. I mean, that's what Claire and her husband did at Bear Pond Books, and Phoenix Bookstore is really supportive of Green Press and independent publishers. As long as you have distribution that can handle the return and the accounting side, they're great. I think it's hard for bookstores to deal with. I feel sorry for self-published authors who want to get their books into bookstores, and they're so eager, and they don't realize that bookstores don't have that much space, and also they don't want to do accounting and handle returns on a consignment basis.
Yeah. And I think one of the best pieces of advice I heard was just kind of try and not, establish a relationship with the bookstore before you sort of walk in and expect them to carry your book.
I know, and Todd Gross up at Phoenix was telling me a lot of self-published authors will come in and they'll say, "Oh, I'm so excited! My book is coming out. I used Create Space for printing and distribution," and they're like, the independent author doesn't realize that Create Space is owned by Amazon.
And that's the antithesis of the local bookstore, except that Amazon is now launching live bookstores.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I posted something I found someone had, I got from Twitter or something on the IPNE Facebook page. But they're trying one it may be in Seattle. And they are going to tie the price so you won't. I mean, the prices will be exactly what they are online. And it sounds really great and everything, but then you'll have. I mean, it's just like more big stuff, big business. But anyway.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, Grace, are you? I didn't mean to ignore you.
I'm multitasking.
Oh yes, yeah, like we all are. I'm trying to find all the websites that people are mentioning while I'm
I know.
talking.
Where did Grace's website go? It was up, and then.
Oh yeah, just a second. No, maybe yes.
So you're in your home office, Grace?
I'm in my apartment. Yeah, that's my home office.
Yeah. So this is a book. I mean, I run a concert series in our town, and I met Grace at one of the concerts.
Nice.
She hands me this kind of like, mimeographed piece of flyer and said, "Do you think you could read my book? It's just about to be printed." And so I said, "Oh God, yeah, okay, right."
And you didn't tell me that.
No, I just like gasped. When am I going to have time to do this?
Exactly. I get that all the time too.
No, it's just, and then I took it. So she sends it to me, and I stayed up all night reading it.
Wow.
It's a great self, not just about gender issues, but about self-discovery, really, of all kinds. And
terrific.
Very cool.
So Charlotte, this sounds like the end of Casablanca. This is like the start of a wonderful friendship.
Yes. One night, Grace walked into the church.
I like your book cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fiverr.
What?
Fiverr. $5 for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's cool.
It really pops out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was a canned photo that I was so hard looking for, a crossroads with 3 choices.
Yeah.
And when I picked the photo, then the person on Fiverr, I said, put no, maybe yes in it, and leave me the road. And the amazing thing is, so many people say the silhouette in the picture kind of looks like me.
It absolutely does.
Oh.
And it's like, this is kind of weird.
I thought you posed for it and did a...
Oh, no, it was a canned
silhouette.
photo from some photo bucket or something, somewhere that Fiverr person said, go find something here, and she'll work with it.
Yeah. I like your songs, that you've got a selection of songs on here. That's cool.
They're all like in chapters. They're all like starts of chapters in the book.
Yeah. Oh gosh, you really gave it
within every chapter. And my editor said, be careful about fair use, and we were playing with the fair use thing of like not doing the whole song, just doing a couple of lines and making sure that in each chapter I describe something about my life, how it reflects the song, and that should be okay for fair use.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you get into rights and stuff a lot, Dee Dee?
Oh yeah, it's a huge part of the business, and this new novel I just published called Hidden View by Brett Stanchu, which we're really excited about. It's great place-based literary fiction. And all set in Vermont, and so she has some lyrics of a song. But I said to her, look, what you can do is just use a couple of lines, and usually you're okay with that. And the same for poetry. I used a couplet from W.S. Merwin, and didn't and of course, if anything's like in the public domain, I think it's pre 1937, and if it's in the public domain, you can certainly use that.
Yeah.
You still have to be careful, though. Like I used something from W.B. Yeats, but then I had to go. I printed an entire poem, and then I had to make sure I got permission for that.
Yeah.
And it's expensive. It really adds up. It's usually the author's responsibility in my contract to get their own permissions and pay for them.
Oh, it's in your contract, huh? Okay.
Yeah, and that's pretty standard. Like my publisher in New York, I have to do that as well. I just got a royalty payment from my publisher, and they deducted the fee for making an index. I was so bummed out because
was that in the contract too?
It was. They said it was in the contract somewhere buried. Like, have you guys ever heard of that?
Well, more as an umbrella thing. Well, and I do collaborative publishing, so often an author will we will share the expenses and the revenues.
Yeah.
So you know, not specifically for an index, but.
Well, yeah, I could see that, but I mean, it was sort of, I don't know, I felt like I was sort of taking advantage. It's a good, this is a good argument for really reading the fine print of your contracts.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And all that.
Yeah, and then one project I'm involved in is the Pedagogy Handbook, and that's completely public domain, and there's a free ebook and we sell the print book. Mm-hmm. But it's like it's so liberating. It's like it's a project, so a lot of different people are involved. You know, and we all sign this Creative Commons 0 license, which is like I have no rights whatsoever to any of this stuff. Yeah. But it's really liberating, and you can. Nobody's ever taken it and said, you know, this is my stuff. Mm-hmm. And if they did, you know, copy it and distribute it into a class or something, that's the point of the project, is to get it out there. So it's kind of fun, and as a model, it's, you know, I think people, my personal opinion is that people worry way too much about copyright, because especially if you've established an imprint and a platform, an author platform or a publisher platform, mm-hmm. Who's going to come along and say, you know, I'm Green Writers Press, you know, they're, you know, I mean, they might, but, mm-hmm. you know, you have a hard time if you're already out there with your flag planted in a lot of different platforms. Right,
definitely. Mm-hmm. I mean, and on the copyright page, it just says, you know, please mm-hmm. get permission if you're going to excerpt. Like in contemporary Vermont fiction, it's a collection of stories that were already published. So I went to each publisher and asked for permission, and asked them to waive their fees, which they all did.
Yeah, yeah.
That was so nice. It was so generous. It was like, and that's, you know, people sometimes, you know, sort of can badmouth the big six publishers, but they were all pretty much the big six. Mm-hmm. And I have, you know, I like to chat on the phone with people, and I told them about our startup in Vermont and small independent press in New England, and mm-hmm. would they consider waiving their fees for this book, and they all said yes.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. Usually, you know, you can, when you ask directly, and you're not like another big publisher or a, you know, international one.
Yeah.
Do you have international? Mm-hmm. We had a question on our Facebook page.
About what?
International rights agents and how to find one. And...
Oh yeah. Well, I have an agent in Germany who works for me, and he's wonderful. And I found him because he wrote to me. He was interested in the rights to one of the books I published. Mm-hmm. So that was exciting. So he almost got. He ended up not selling it, but I liked him a lot. So his name's Oliver Brouwer, and he's mm-hmm. in Frankfurt, which is great, you know, because that's where they have the big book fair.
Yeah. Well, the Piratess Tilly, at our conference, she met Victoria Sutherland from Forward Press. Yep. So Victoria took her book, and others too, but over there to Frankfurt. And,
oh yeah, how did that work out? I almost signed up for that.
Well, because she got a couple of leads. That's why she wants an agent now. So.
Oh, okay.
You know, yeah. So you know, it did really. I think Victoria was actually, you know, had a limited number and was actually doing some proactive, not just displaying,
but marketing. Oh, you know.
Yeah, representing, yeah.
These agents are like most agents, completely overextended and really busy. Mm-hmm. I just wrote to 3 agents in Asia mm-hmm. about one book, and they all very politely declined mm-hmm. just because they said they were so busy.
And you know, then you put that on the shelf, and then you know your radar keeps circling, and you next time you get an opportunity to, because all it takes, like for me too, you know, all it takes is like something to click so you focus on it, like Grace coming and putting her little flyer down there, and Yeah.
Yeah.
If she had just emailed me and said, read my book, it's really good, I would say, yeah.
Right.
I have no context here, you know.
But it was also the network because of Lori.
Lori, yeah. So you've
Connector.
got to be aware of those networks.
You know, and going back to the subject of social media and everything, this kind of connection you guys are describing is so valuable. Like, you can really open the door for, you know, just being able to remember somebody, put a face to their work, and
absolutely.
You know,
and I had met you at IBPA. But I met Dee Dee at IBPA in 2011.
Oh my God! In New York? Wait, in New York, right?
Right, because you had designed Cheryl's award-winning book.
Yeah, she's great.
I love Cheryl so much.
And we were so excited. Like, and you know, that book really should have sold more copies. I
think she just, I mean, she does a lot to promote it, really does, but she's not out there like kicking butt, you know, like she's not the type to do that, I think.
No, she's there. She, you know, definitely the Zen approach.
Oh my God, yes. And it does really, I mean, she's got a really solid following, including me. I gave one to my neighbor, and who's an organic gardener, and she posed in her garden with it. I posted the picture, you know, 'cause, yeah. But then her book on composting won cover design. I don't know who did that cover.
Oh, I didn't know that.
This year, yeah. The Real Dirt on Composting.
Yeah, do you have a picture of it?
I do.
She wrote essays for my composting book that I did for Skyhorse in New York.
Oh, cool.
Here we go.
The awards. Let's see. This is...
Oh, Rachel's Day in the Garden is so cute.
Isn't it? It's about yoga.
Nice.
And then for kids. And here's the Real Dirt on Composting. And she won that.
Yeah, where is Cheryl's book?
Whose?
Cheryl's. Oh, there it is.
That's it, yeah. If you're looking at my screen, I have... Yeah, let's see. And then her website is here. But this is the kind of thing, like, I mean, our Hangout right now it's playing on Facebook and Google Plus and YouTube, but it's you know, the Google Hangout. And so then we are you know, we're showing Cheryl's website, and you know, that it's just like a great mix of different platforms. This is Cheryl's LinkedIn. We have a we have Independent Publishers of New England group on LinkedIn.
Oh, good. I should join that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
And it's really needs some more people being active, because it gets some kind of, you know, it gets people putting their book ads on. Spamming, yeah. Right.
I really hate ads. I love reading The Sun magazine because it's so quiet.
The Sun magazine.
Yeah, I mean, they prided themselves on never having.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Ads. Oh, so there you are. LinkedIn. Yeah, LinkedIn is a little overwhelming for me. I get so many requests, and I feel like I have to like screen everybody.
Yeah.
It takes a long time, and anyway, I think social media is really great though, but as long as it's controlled and not, you know, I think it can be really beneficial, but like I said earlier, it needs to be fun, and it needs to be controlled. I mean, you guys are, well, IPNE is on LinkedIn and Twitter and YouTube, Google. Where else?
Let's see, Google, LinkedIn, Twitter. We have a new Pinterest page.
Oh.
And yeah, Pam's trying to get on the. Do you remember Pam Fenner?
No, no.
Okay. She's one of the founding members.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pinterest. I haven't quite. I have a page, but I haven't gotten into that. What about? Are you guys? Let's see. Google, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest. What about Instagram?
I have a personal page on Instagram, and once in a while I will put stuff on there from IPNE. It's kind of what I do. I don't know if, I mean, what do you find, are you on it, and what do you think is good about it?
Oh, me, Grace? Are you on it?
Either one.
Yeah. I'm on it both for personal and also for the publishing business. And I love it. Well, I'm a photographer, so now is this your page on Pinterest?
I'm just looking for it. Let's see. Cheryl, one of our this is some Russian person, independent publishers of New England. There's Sam. Oh yeah, this is it, I think. This is part of it. Yeah, this is one of our award-winning books. These might just be individual authors. I'm sorry. Your pins.
Oh, so Charlotte, this is your private page.
Oh, right. Okay, so I need to.
There you are.
Edit. Log out, right? And then I need to log in to. Oh, well, IPNE. I don't know. Log in.
I know that's a pain. Like with Instagram, I have to log in and log out. I put my Instagram page up.
Yeah.
You can sort of
the
see.
cool thing about, what I could do actually is go on Hootsuite and enter that Pinterest page on there as a social media, because you can do, I have a Google sign-in for that. And Hootsuite really consolidates a lot of different platforms for you.
That's great. I've never used it.
Yeah, so I've got IPNE, Twitter, Pierce Press, Twitter, which is my, my personal, my publishing company. Here's the Pedagogy Project. Yeah, that's the, public domain thing. Day Tripper Diva is my original Twitter thing, and it's kind of, there's my church, here's my community. It even has a YouTube tab. This is a Google Plus. Face the Book TV is our, our author show. And then you can do.
What's it called? Face the Book TV?
Yeah, Face the Book TV. Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, you have to. I'm going to start up again now that the book shows are over.
Yeah.
But these are these are Google Plus pages. You can put up individual Google Plus pages as well. So, yeah. So yeah, the for Face the Book, members get priority, and since you're going to be a member, that will be lovely. And and I'm going to start kind of doing some of our award winners and the authors that, or the members that Crystal photos, no, blog, news, and news is, that's our blog. So Crystal has been putting up these profiles of our members. This is, crud. I keep clicking the wrong one. I'm going too fast. Where is she?
Oh, I just saw something about Book Builders. So Book Builders is still going.
Yeah, they were.
They weren't for a while.
Is that right?
I don't know.
I know they have a new president.
Wow. Well, that's good to know.
This is the profile of Elizabeth, the Adventures of Piratess Tilly.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's just a great. So she signed at the Boston Book Festival and stuff, and so Crystal's been doing these profiles. And anyway,
Charlotte, does it cost money to sign one of the festivals you're part of?
yeah, at the Boston Book Festival, the exhibit fee for members was $40, and the signing fee was $25.
Oh, that's nothing.
I know. It was almost like I felt like we should have charged more. We were oversubscribed because I put the registration up wrong, and but so we had 26 authors signing, and you know, three at a time usually. And a couple of slots were 4, but it was a lot to organize and coordinate all that. So
and then you had to get like a booth, a table.
Yeah, we got a double booth that, you know, so that's $900 or $950 or something, and then. Oh, Grace, you were the ground crew. You tell me how it worked.
You did?
Fun. It was fun. It was a zoo, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Did you do a signing, Grace, or you were just volunteering?
I did a signing also, but only one person I knew came by and bought a book. So, you know, as far as selling books, you know, it's a hard kind of thing with so many people and, you know, such a big thing and so many authors, so many things. The things that sold were Three Bean Press had the corner that they sponsored for, and they had kids' books. Kids' books went crazy. And that's primarily what went. You know, parents with kids, you want a book, you want a book, you want a book. And that like, I'm ready to write a kid's book. So, I think that's,
oh, there you go. Maybe you should.
Yeah, do a, you know, exploration of gender stuff for kids. Yeah.
Well, I told you that I've started a collaboration for next year from the IFS side to do the alphabet of self, which we think will be both kids and adults, because it'll be drawings with words of how we define self from an IFS perspective. So there's something in the works. We'll see what happens for a year from now on whether that actually gains traction. But I think that
IFS is
internal family systems. It's a new model of therapy. So you know, I talk about it a lot because, you know, my book is a memoir in 3 voices, so it talks about all my parts. So I think that there's so many different kind of trails that can go down. So,
yeah,
anyway,
I mean, you don't have to get into the nitty-gritty of gender with kids. You can just, you know, raise their level of awareness of, like, who am I sort of stuff.
Well, there is the jazz book, I Am Jazz, that already does that. So I wouldn't do a gender book. I would do a self book. You know, I would do something completely different. Remember, my ultimate goal is not gender, it's authenticity. So,
which is what I like about your book. You know, it's really
it's not really about gender.
Yeah.
So, that's great. I can't read. I'm looking forward to reading it.
Yeah, you should. It's like everybody should read it.
Yeah.
Read it, send it out, and my gig ultimately is speaking. So, you know, this past week has been great. Since last Friday, I did a 3-hour workshop at the IFS conference. Sunday, I was at the Mass Association of Electrologists. Yesterday, I was at Wachusett High School, and I never got to do my presentation because it was an hour of Q&A, and they're going to bring me back for 3 hours in January.
Wow.
Training. So I'm going to get a recommendation from them, and hopefully I can get into more school systems to talk about. You know, the teachers are very scared, very concerned what to do with trans kids, and kids that are just exploring, not even fully identifying, but the ones that want to explore genders. So I think we have to create, like, you know, kind of policies and procedures within the schools for that. So the exploration is very different than people who are fully identified, have support with therapists and home, or so a new trail.
And Grace is also does a weekly, right?
Weekly blog on Huffington Post.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and that's going to be the next book. So I'm already starting the compilation. So I've got 41 now. So we're debating whether I run to 50 or we cut off. I'll probably cut off at the end of the year, and I'll probably put this out in the spring. sort of be able to find a real agent and a main publisher.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting there. You know, that
So
will
it's
be.
interesting to hear, Grace. You want to find a, as you said, a main publisher and an agent. Have you started that search yet?
Well, I did it last year before, nobody kind of knew me.
Yep.
And now with the year of Huffington, platform, platform development, getting known, here's kind of a little bit this Sunday. I'm going to be, there's a play in Boston now, Casa Valentina. I'm going to be on stage after the play to do a discussion. So my name's getting out there,
Yeah.
a little bit, and certainly the more talks I give, people do love me. So I feel a little like Sally Fields a little bit,
This is a very good maybe segue to the conversation we're having, is because I have a lot of authors in my small publishing company who say, well, how can I get some speaking engagements? So how have you done that, Grace? Did you just, like you said, you went to Wachusett High School, so you're hoping that through that experience you can get some referrals to speak at other schools? Or do you actually, are you part of a speaker bureau?
So I have not gotten into a speaker bureau, so I've looked for an agent too. But again, part of the deal is a lot of my book and a lot of what we're doing is chasing the whole Caitlyn Jenner story and trying to go, Caitlyn has given awareness of the transgender community, but I'm someone who's been active since I transitioned, 6 years ago.
Exactly.
And also, I'm a therapist, I'm a counselor, I'm a leader within the community. I can give you a list of people whose lives I've saved. And I never wanted Jenner to be the spokesperson for trans or senior level trans. And the idea is, once I can get in front of people, they get it, because my story is not about me, it's about you and who you are and what holds you back from living your true life.
Cool. What great.
It's really word of mouth. It's really word of mouth of who I see, how do I get the word out, how do they say, you ought to look at Grace Stevens, and if you look at my website, it's focused on the speaking. I'd love to get to college speaking, to talk to juniors and seniors before they get in the real world. If you do read my book, you'll kind of get this whole sense of the mission that I'm on to talk about authenticity. So trans is nice. In a couple of years, trans goes away, but I want to be known as the authentic lady.
Great. I mean, you've just won me over, Grace, with your beautiful opening. I mean, that intro was so good. Like, as a publisher, I'm thinking, wow, here's someone with real roots in the community, and in with your own platform and such eloquence, and the fact that you're professionally capable and competent to work with people, so that you're not just like saying you are, but you've got the credentials to back it up.
Right.
Cool.
So it's really coming in, and it was so interesting because I'm a therapist and I have 6 years of experience running groups. When I go out and talk, it's not about me. And it's really, I can guide the group and I can provide the group what they need and help them process. So I have a completely different set of skills than, somebody who's just trans and going to tell about their life story.
Exactly.
It's not about me. It's about, how do I inspire you to live your true life, your best life? And each time
you're
Grace,
Grace, well, I just wanted to mention that your screen share is still on.
How do I get it off?
You just put stop. I think you did it. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I see you instead of me, though. So I don't know where I am. So did I get it right, Charlotte?
Yeah.
Grace, how are you distributing your books?
It's on CreateSpace. It's Amazon right now, and when I go around, I try to sell. So right now, I don't have distribution. I have the trunk of my car,
Yeah.
and it's on Kindle and it's on CreateSpace. So it trickles out. The weekly platform on Huffington Post gets seen worldwide. I get letters from people all over the world. Thank you for inspiring me. And it's, considering that my book came out in January, I got on, for 1 year, less than 1 year, I think I'm doing great. And it's really, where do I get picked up nationally? All I need is Ellen. Ellen's my goal,
You want to get on Ellen. How many, do you mind me asking how many copies, print copies and ebook copies you've sold?
Together?
No.
I'm probably in the range of probably 400 to 500 right now.
For each?
No, total. I think. It's hard for. I don't really track the numbers.
Yeah, but that's and it came out in January.
Right.
Yeah. You're back on the screen. Yeah. Okay. Oh no, you're back on screen share for me, or for you're screen sharing the Hangout.
Where do I go? Where do I go?
To the top of the window.
Yeah.
Or I
have desktop, Hangout, and my inbox.
Now you're off.
There you are.
Oh, okay.
Well, you guys, I should probably get going because I have this gigantic book to correct.
I know, and we're a little over time anyways, but it's been a really interesting discussion. And
I loved it. I got to meet Grace, and I'm really looking forward to reading your book, and Charlotte joining and being part. So
yeah, let's do that, and then I've got a proposal for you too, Dee Dee.
Oh, good. And Grace, I would love to take a look at yours.
Yeah, you can either email me or it's on Amazon. It's Grace Stevens, Grace Ann Stevens. My email is gas333@verizon.net.
Cool.
I'm on all these things. I'm easy to find.
Good. Well, I don't do much agenting anymore, but I've for the past 20 years I've been a literary agent as well. I mean, living in Vermont, I've had 3 different jobs, but being an agent is the hardest of all the jobs I've had, whether it's book design or editing or publishing and my own writing. But being an agent is it's really hard work, but it's also really exciting,
Yeah. The feedback the first time through was publishers don't need another trans book. So it's really, you have to have a name in order to get out there.
Yeah, well, they say that about
not a trans book. I'm trying to chase. I want to be the next Wayne Dyer, not the next trans person.
Yeah. Well, but that's a really good goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely think about it. I mean, Des, who works with me, and Alex, who's our bookkeeper, both in very fluid right now in terms of their gender identity, and we're very, interested in this here at our small press.
And look at my blogs on Huffington.
That's great.
Yeah, the blogs, when they come through, I always read them, and it's not just because I like Grace, but they're just like this stuff is relevant to me.
Well, I'm definitely going to take a look. And now, how often do you have these chats? Every Thursday, right?
Yeah, every Thursday at 10 for this, and then we can set up other ones. But I also open up a non-recorded one on every morning at 9. It started during event season because we were having so many questions from exhibitors and stuff. But I think it's nice to have, and it's just like drop in, no pressure, no nothing. Like if you think of something, often Grace is on, or Bruce Jones, who's another designer, and a bunch of people kind of are semi-regular. Yep. So that's at 9. It's if you go on the Facebook page. I usually post it, and it's a constant. You know what? I can even just give it to you right now. It's a permanent thing. I'll give you the link here in the chat. The chat is right above the screen share button.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah. So just save that link, and you can get on. And often I just leave it going all day. You know, it's amazing how reluctant people are to really use it. Or,
Yeah.
you know, maybe I just haven't told them the right way that it's, you know, and you can go on with Grace, for example, and use that link. And you both know how to click a link, so, you know, just go ahead and use it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, because so much of our work is, you know, working alone.
Yes.
So.
I mean, you're there in Vermont with your little scarf around your neck and your...
I know. I want to show you you can't really see my office. I want to show you my bookcase. See that bookcase?
Yes, ma'am.
Those are like just a few of our books.
Your books? The Green Riders?
Yeah. This one right here. This other bookcase is like all my books that I designed for Shambhala when I worked at Little Brown.
Mm-hmm.
But the Green Riders Press has its own big bookcase now. I mean, we're up to like, I think 30 titles.
Holy cow! I had no idea. That makes you, if you join, that'll make you our biggest, well, one of our biggest.
Well, we want to be sort of part of various communities. I mean, it's it's important. Like, I mean, you know, the Boston Book Festival, I can't afford to do this stuff, you know. And though I was there, like my distributor is Parson Weems,
mm-hmm.
and you know they featured us this year, and so that was cool. But you know,
that's awesome. Yeah,
it's a challenge to get your foot in the door, you know, and to get places, and also just to be part of the network, because there are a lot of things I don't know about that you guys know about.
Yeah, well, between us all, we are, you know, more than the individuals that make us up. So, you know, what is it, the Ubuntu thing? I am who I am because of who we all are.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and the more community we build, the more better we function that way. The Pedagogy Project has been going for about 4 years now, and
really?
it is a group that is really, like, if you need, I was at a conference presenting the book, and I needed to revise the paper that we were presenting, and they got on from various places in the world, and they really had my back, you know.
Mm.
And so that kind of stuff we can do for each other.
Well, you should mention to, oh gosh, I've already forgotten her name, the woman looking for an agent, an international agent.
Oh, Elizabeth Lorraine, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to forward, well, did she go with Forward Reviews to Frankfurt?
Yes.
So she paid that extra money.
Whatever, yeah, I think it was.
So she got some contacts.
Well, she met Victoria at our conference, yeah. That's how she got to know her.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I mean, international, like, you know, it's an area that I'm just starting to get into, so it might be interesting to do a chat about that.
Yeah, I've got it, put it in the chat here, and then, oops.
One of our books is being considered by, actually 2 of our books for Green Writers Press are being considered for translation rights. And I'm about to make an offer on a German book myself.
Oh, you're kidding. How cool.
It's called, German is, I minored in German in college. I love the title.
I majored in German.
Oh my God. Okay, so let me hear you translate this title. Unter den Winter.
Wow. Unter den Winter.
Winter. My German is very...
I don't know if it's idiomatic, but it's under the winter.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said originally. And you know what you know how the author...
Oh, I know. Among, sort of like, it's being affected by.
See, Charlotte, that's exactly what I thought. But they call it that winter.
That winter?
That. Like, wouldn't you say das Winter?
Yeah.
Or that winter. But
der Winter, yeah.
Unter den Winter.
That would be like when you say, ich bin unter den, or die Volk, or something, das Volk. It's like among the people, you know? It's like,
I know. I was very confused. The bottom line is that I read the first chapter, and it was fabulous.
Huh.
I really am tempted to make an offer, and maybe you can help a little bit with my, with the German. My German's very rusty, but
mine, as because I'm elderly, mine is quite rusty as well. It was college, but I did work in Switzerland for a little bit, and
Oh, that's awesome.
you know, I spoke German.
I just think it's really exciting to talk about like translation rights on both sides, you know.
Well, I heard about this illustrator, German illustrator called Wolf. God, I wish I knew, but it's like incredible illustration.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One of the guys at the conference he said, we don't have kids, but we really love this illustrator, so we bought his book. Wolf Erlbrook, or yeah, I don't know. I'll find it.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, finding an illustrator is so exciting.
Right. Yeah.
Especially for children's books. Like that's crazy, and that's something for a kid's book to look.
Mm-hmm.
You should check out Squibby. I don't know how to say it, but you know, the Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators.
Yeah. SCWBI. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a really good organization. One of our authors, we're publishing a book called "Did Tiger Take the Rain?" about kids in a Nepali village on the border of India, and their village is dry because of global climate change. So the villagers think that a tiger came and stole the rain from them. So these two girls, very plucky young girls in the village, go and track the tiger. The monkeys help them, and they find the tiger, and they learn about the ecosystem of the canopy of the forest and how the moisture needs to stay in the leaves in order to keep, so they don't want to chop down trees. So then the villagers begin to plant more trees. So it's a circular story. It's a very wonderful story, and the artist.
I think I have it. I think it's Wolf Erlbrook.
Erlbrook?
I think so. I think it's this one.
I love it.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it amazing?
How do you spell ERELBRU umlaut?
Erlbrook, no umlaut. Yeah.
Oh, great! I can't see. It's so tiny. Wait a minute.
I know. Here's another. Let's see. I think I can zoom it.
I have to be.
Oh, wait. I can. Yeah, there we go. When I.
Erlbrook. I got it.
Yeah, Erlbrook.
Fun.
I love it. It's like Alice in Wonderlandy.
Yeah.
All right. On that note,
thank you so much.
Yeah, let's do more of this.
When I get back from Cuba, I'll be back at the end of November.
Oh, Cuba! The most
sorry. Look at Grace's face. I'm sorry to torture you.
Please let me come with you.
I know. Well, I'm leading this trip. Look, if you want to come, send me the money. And do you have a passport? We'll put you in. Come on, Grace, you can do it.
Show me the money.
My ex went to Cuba, and I got all these pictures of all these great, colorful 1950 series cars that are there.
I know.
I want to see the 1957 Chevrolets.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm leaving on next Saturday.
Awesome.
I'm having foot surgery. That's really exciting.
Oh my God.
So.
But anyway, thanks again, you guys.
Okay, we'll see you soon, if not next week.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, Grace.
See you later.
Bye.